Chapter 17. Sean and I stood at the railing, gazing down at the tossing green waters. Up on the bridge, Salty and Pepper sang their song for at least the 10th time as they guided the wheel. The air had grown cooler, and strong gusts ruffled my hair. I was thinking of going down to our cabin below when I heard sounds in the stairway. Chuckles appeared first, followed by Madeline. I gasped when I saw they were both dripping wet. "What happened?" I cried. Madeline squeezed water from her hair. She grinned at me. "Chuckles and I, we were swimming." Sean's eyes were bulging out of his head. "Swimming?" Madeline nodded. "Yes, swimming in the pool down below." Above us, Salty and Pepper let go of the ship's wheel and started to climb down from the bridge. "Swimming pool?" Salty barked. "We don't have a swimming pool on this ship." Madeline's mouth dropped open. "Oh, I see. Then there must be a leak." Chuckles hooted and scratched the wet fur on his chest. Salty leaped to the deck. Both heads let out cries of alarm. Sean and I started toward the stairway, but the ship suddenly tilted up on a strong wave. We lost our balance and stumbled back to the railing. Salty and Pepper were already in the stairwell. I heard their shoes clumping down the wooden steps. And then I heard their horrified scream from down below. "Sinking! The Jolly Sea Scab is sinking!" I grabbed Sean's hand. The wind blew my hair into my face. I forced myself to breathe. Panic choked my throat. Madeline shook her head. "I should have remembered. No pool on board." She slapped her forehead. "What was I thinking?" Sean's eyes were still wide. His face had gone pale. He squeezed my hand. "Violet, are we all going to drown?" Before I could answer, Salty and Pepper jumped back up on deck. The legs of their sailor pants were soaked through. "We're not going to drown," Salty answered Sean. "Yes, we are," Pepper said, his voice trembling. "No, we're not," Salty insisted. "We have a lifeboat, remember?" "Yes, you're right," Pepper said. "I forgot." "You didn't forget, Pepper, you just like to argue." "No, I don't." "Stop arguing, you two," I screamed. "Where is the lifeboat? Get us to the lifeboat." "I think it's tea time," Madeline said. She checked her pocket watch, even though she didn't have a pocket or a watch. "Can we have a nice cup of tea before we hit the lifeboat?" The ship tilted again, and we were all thrown together in a heap. We're definitely sinking," Sean murmured. I don't like this, Violet." "No time for tea," Salty told Madeline. "We are going down fast. We have to man the lifeboat. Follow me." "Follow me," Pepper said. Holding on to the deck rail as the ship sank in the waves, Sean and I followed to the other end of the ship. I saw the lifeboat hanging above the deck on thick ropes. It was a long, narrow rowboat with oars hooked onto both sides. Salty shoved the boat over the side of the ship's deck. Then he began untying knots in the ropes. "I'll have the boat in the water in no time," he said. Chuckles screeched. He slapped Sean on the back enthusiastically. It didn't take more than a few minutes. Salty freed the ropes, and the rowboat dropped with a loud splash into the rolling ocean below. Sean and I peered down at it. It looked so tiny, bobbing in the deep green waves along the side of our sinking ship. "How do we get down to it?" I asked. Salty heaved a rope ladder over the side. "Ye climb down and ye'll be safe as clam chowder." I swallowed. My heart was beating hard. That rowboat looked a long way down. The ship was rocking and tilting as it sank. Would I be able to hold on to the rope ladder and lower myself safely? Chuckles hopped up and down excitedly. Madeline shook her head. "I left my favorite nose whistle down below. Can I go get it?" "No time," Salty said, pushing her toward the rope ladder. "Ye know the rule of the sea. Women and children first." "Yes, women and children first," Pepper said, definitely agreeing with his other head this time. Madeline stepped aside. She grabbed me by the shoulders and moved me to the top of the rope ladder. "Women and children first," she repeated. "Down you go, Violet. Happy landings." Now my heart was beating so hard my chest ached. My muscles all froze. I grabbed the side ropes of the ladder. My hands were shaking so hard I could barely grip them. I turned and lowered my shoes to the first rung of the ladder. Sean leaned over the side. "Good luck, Violet. You can do it. I'll be right behind you." The ship tossed, and I nearly lost my hold on the ladder. I gasped and gripped the rough rope tighter. I started to lower one foot to the next rung. "You can do it! You can do it!" Sean called after me. But I stopped when I saw Chuckles leap onto the ship's railing above me. The big chimp balanced on the railing, bent his knees, once, twice. Then he leaped off the railing, over the side of the ship. Gripping the rope ladder, I watched him fall. His arms high over his head, he plunged straight down. He landed inside the lifeboat with a loud crash and thud. The rowboat bounced high in the water, then splashed back down. Above me, Salty and Pepper, Madeline and Sean were all shouting at once. Clinging to the ladder, I watched the chimp sit up in the small boat. Chuckles pulled himself toward the back of the boat. He grabbed the oars on both sides of him. And as we all shouted for him to stop, he leaned forward and began to row. Then, suddenly, we all were quiet, all gazing down at the deep green waters, all watching in horror as Chuckles rowed merrily away in the only lifeboat